Hi everybody, it's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and this morning I'm going to tell you about a 5-star read. A book that has become canon in my personal collection. I loved this book. You all know how much I love Jane Eyre and The Red Lamp. This is right up there with it. I finished it last night, late. And everybody else was asleep, and I couldn't go to sleep because I lay there and I just kept thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And you guys are probably wondering, what book? Well, if you saw the thumbnail, you'll know what book. But anyway, it is The Spellbook of Katrina Van Tassel. This was the book that I was telling you about not too long ago that took me back to my childhood. And I just adored it. I adored every aspect of it. I'm trying to be coherent and concise when I talk about this. So let's try. Let's just calm it down. Take a breath and let's calm it down. Okay, why did I love it so much? First off, Katrina was a wonderful female character. You really saw her arc from being the spoiled little girl to this woman in total control of herself, if you know what I mean. Think about it. And what she goes through and her friendship with Charlotte and her love, in this version, she loves Ichabod. And I only have one criticism of the book, only one criticism of the book. And that was there was a little too much lovemaking in it. Now, I'm not a prude, but it was graphic at times. And I thought like the first time it needed to be, because you needed to know how she was crossing over from childhood to womanhood. But then after that, you could have just told me that they made love. I didn't have to have all the gory details after that. But as a love story, oh my God, it was so beautiful. And the ending, oh my God. Oh my God, and the Headless Horseman, and the role that he plays in it as this sort of off-the-screen specter. There's a point in the book where she is outside at night. She's married at this point. She did not marry Ichabod. She's married at this point, and she's outside. And it's nighttime, and she sees this light, this orange light, kind of moving through the woods towards her little cottage and everything like that. And I'm telling you, I was right there. I was right there with her on that porch. I had shivers running down my spine. I could smell the musty leaves. It was so good. I'm not familiar with the author, Alyssa Paul Ambo. I'm not familiar. So I may read something of hers again, or I may not, because I don't want to be disappointed. You know, you ever get that? You're like, you're just in love with something, and then you read something else, and it kind of taints the first one because you're a little bit disappointed. But this was everything that I wanted it to be. And I was on the adventure. I was on the adventure with her, with Katrina, and with Charlotte, and with Ichabod, and with Brom Bones. I was there with all of them. And it just sucked me in. Was it the descriptions? Was it the character arc? Was it the dialogue? Was it all of it combined? 5-star. I mean, I broke up with BookTube, so I'm just going to have to tell you it's 5-star. But a 5-star read, and I would highly, highly recommend it. of course, you have to sort of be in love with Sleepy Hollow, the Washington Irving version, if you're interested in this at all, because it won't really make that sense if you're not familiar with that story. So I would recommend reading that story first. But let me tell you, my mother bought me this. I got a copy from the library. My mother bought me this, and it is right up there with it's now my third favorite book of all time. And the saddest thing that I realized last night is the saddest thing that I realized with Jane Eyre and the Red Lamp when I finished them, is that I will never, ever be able to read it for the first time again. And that is sad. Do you ever have books like that? The ones that just move you indescribably, that make a mark on you that you will never forget? Yeah, I bet you do. And please leave me a comment and let me know what they are, please, because that would mean the world to me if you let me into your little secret world. You don't have to. I don't want to press my way in. I don't have my foot stuck in the door, but I would love to know. So anyway, highly recommend The Spellbook of Katrina Van Tassel. Mwah. Chef's kiss. 5 stars. I loved it. And I will check you later.